Okay, I get it. I do. Warframe. Do a Warframe video. Right. Easy. So. So just to clear a few things up real quick, Warframe is not an MMO. It is classified as an online cooperative multiplayer third-person shooter with some RPG mechanics sewn in here and there. So a more apt classification would be an OCMTPSRPG. Yeah, that sounds about right. There are hubs where you can interact with large groups of people, but you can't just run out into the world and play alongside random players outside of your group willy-nilly. I mean, you can run outside and play with some of the NPCs. I hear they're plenty amicable.
I've located another mass of enemies. Take the fight to them. Keep going. They won't.
Now, if you've ever seen Sleeping Beauty, you'll know exactly how this plays out. The dashing prince scales the tower to awaken his sleeping beauty, the love of his life. Well, there are 3 default archetypes to choose from in Warframe. You gain access to significantly more as you continue through the game, but right now, I went with Excalibur, because he has a sword. And I've always wanted to cut through aliens with a sword. So, as you can see, Prince Vor, you know, he went in for a kiss. Wait, he's not going in for a kiss, he's shackling me? Well, this is about to go in a completely different direction. Children, cover your eyes. That was highly satisfying.
I need healing.
Warframe offers a considerable amount of customization. You're given the ability to fully customize the appearance of your Warframe, from your skin itself to the individual color scheme. You can also customize what kinds of weapons you use, the color and style of your ship, and more. The vast majority of it is all completely accessible and earnable in-game, one of the things I think is most welcomed and beloved about the game. It doesn't push that pay-to-win bullshittery onto its player base, something I believe a lot of games that try selling us loot boxes or advantages should take a note or 10 from. Now, before I continue, I am going to hit you all with a little bit of honesty here. I have actually played Warframe before, about a year ago. Maybe a year and a half ago, I suppose. I played about 30 minutes of it and promptly uninstalled it. Now, don't hate me. It wasn't really my style of game back then. However, my tastes have evolved. They have been refined, as it were. And with all of the people requesting I play it, how could I not take a much more in-depth look for all of you? So I set out with my new, slightly flamboyant Warframe and began target practice. What you're seeing is not an accurate representation of my accuracy. I'm actually much more accurate. I just, I felt bad about my wife and the person playing with us. I didn't want to kill everything and leave them all alone with nothing to do. It's called being a considerate teammate. Man, I think Vor may have roofied me. Like, I am feeling a little out of it right now, and I'm having flashbacks of last night. Oh, man. Okay, so on second thought, this may not have been my smartest idea. Adding on to what is already a highly customizable game, Warframe gives players the ability to mod various pieces of your equipment, enhancing specific areas such as HP, weapon damage, stamina, and more. You gotta love a game that allows you to customize your avatar as you see fit, whether that be through skill choice, stat point distribution, or moddable gear. While I was told to use a stern for low-level gameplay, I just couldn't abandon my bow. I know that may have limited me a little, but there's just something gratifying about pinning aliens to the wall with an arrow. And of course, it did allow me to demonstrate my top 500 level Hanzo skills. Man, I wish I could do that in Overwatch. Maybe not this so much though. So the first few hours of Warframe are essentially a large tutorial that leads you through corridor after corridor after corridor, pitting you against various kinds of disgusting looking aliens while teaching you the game's mechanics. Admittedly, that was why I stopped playing the first time. It just felt as though the tutorial dragged on too long and there were far too many things I had to remember, which still holds true to this day. Warframe is more difficult than a lot of MMOs or even OCMTPSRPGs. But a slightly steeper learning curve is never a bad thing. The further my wife Avery and I continued, the more mechanics we encountered. As an example, she went ahead and warned me of the motion sensors on the ceiling along with the electrified door ahead of us, but me being me, I just somersaulted headfirst, which admittedly left me in shock that it actually worked. Huh? Nah, get it? Left me shocked. Electrified door? Huh? Okay, it was funnier in my head, I admit. My wife, on the other hand, she attempted to use her head repeatedly, as can be seen evidently on screen right now. And man, you guys have no idea how difficult it was to contain my laughter at that point. She ultimately figured out what to do, with a little help from her more experienced other half. The more I attempted to forget what happened with Vor, the more dick pics he'd continue to send me. I had to put a stop to this once and for all, because honestly, if I had to see one more picture of him posing provocatively, I would lose it. I'm guessing I have a minor infestation problem. Does anyone know the number for intergalactic pest control? So my space ninja training has been paying off. I've been learning how to double, even triple jump, do 360 no scopes in the air, and finally, I get to confront Prince Vor about what he did to me and about the weird pictures he's been sending me ever since. And these aren't just normal pictures, they're graphic and telepathic. Imagine being in the heat of battle and suddenly seeing Prince Vor standing open-legged atop his trusty Kavat. Yeah. Before we went to engage Prince Vor, though we figured, it might be a good idea to brush up on our skills a little in PvP combat, which admittedly didn't lead us anywhere. We spent a solid 10 minutes wandering around waiting for another player to join, but, we were just clearly too intimidating. So, we took the fight directly to Prince Vor, bringing him to justice for what he'd been doing to me all of this time. Then, being the good guys we are, we proceeded to murder his crew and loot all their shit. So, just an FYI for all of you out there, my wife has some serious attachment issues. She refused to stay in orbit, instead following me all the way down to Cetus. The game though, holy fuck, it's gorgeous. The further we progressed, the more this became apparent to us. After finally reaching Cetus, we were given the freedom to run around much larger, much more open environments, something I had honestly not known was even possible in Warframe. We were also given a challenge for the very first time in the game, my wife dying several times actually, and me being near death for quite a bit of this battle. The sudden increase in difficulty was very unexpected, but not unwelcome. It required kiting, dodging, and a better awareness to where enemies were situated and what they were actively doing. This is also where we gained the ability to participate in bounties, a way to kinda sidetrack, I guess, a little bit off of the beaten path and have a little fun doing non-story related or tutorial content. Warframe also features something referred to as master ranks alongside individual Warframe and weapon ranks. I'm not certain this is completely accurate, but from what I experienced, and that is exactly what this video is, my first experience, each Warframe has their own individual rank or level, capped at 30. As do weapons and, I think, companions. Anyway, each level you get for each of the aforementioned paths contributes to the overall mastery level. Each mastery level gradually increases the amount of weapons, warframes, and mods you unlock, along with a plethora of other bonuses. That functions as the overall progression from what I can see and gives players plenty to work towards. Ultimately, there is a lot to do in Warframe and I've only just begun to scratch the surface. If you enjoyed episode 1 of my Warframe playthrough and want to see an episode 2, let me know and I very well may turn this into a series as I continue to explore everything the game has to offer. Thank you all for watching this new, just dick around a little bit in game. It has been an absolute blast pleasuring you to, that came out wrong. It has been an absolute pleasure entertaining you today. Yeah, that's where I wanted to go with this. I hope to see you all next time. Peace. Thank you for sitting through my Warframe video. If you enjoyed it, consider subscribing to my channel over here, checking out another video over here, or following me on Twitter at ByteStix to just, chat or hang out.